What's up guys, I'm Mike and this is Mike's Reef Tank. Today we're going to discuss how you guys can go on your own reefing journey on a budget that won't break the bank. For this Nano Reef Aquarium, I decided to go with the innovative Marine Fusion all-in-one 20-gallon aquarium. This can start at $169.99. There are cheaper options. You could just buy a straight up 20-gallon tank. The only thing is you wouldn't have that all-in-one in the back. You'd have to purchase, I would say, a hang-on-the-back filtration system, which isn't too expensive. So there is a way to save a little bit more money, but I thought this was the best beginner tank to start with because all the filtration's hidden in the back, so it's nice and pleasing. If you buy the $169 version of this tank, it only comes with 2 filter socks, so I thought it would be nice to have a media basket, so I bought the innovative Marine one that would fit into the back of this aquarium for $29.99, and this contains some filter balls, a GFO pouch, and a carbon pouch. That will help with the filtration. Alright, other things you'll need a heater. I don't know if you can see mine back there. Put a picture up of it. But this is the Free C 100 watt submersible heater. It goes for $26.99 on Amazon, and it's doing a great job keeping the tank at the correct temperature. For lighting, I wanted to pick something that was going to do well with soft corals, LPS and SPF corals. So I went with the Smat Farm G5. It's doing really great with all the different kind of corals I have in this mixed reef tank. I believe it was around $130 on Amazon on sale. I have done a video recently reviewing this light if you guys want to check that out. Additionally, you're going to need a thermometer to be able to make sure the temperature is correct. And I went ahead and got a 2-pack of these on Amazon for $7.89. I got one on the tank and I got one in my with my bucket for when I do my water changes, so I can make sure the temperature is correct before adding it to the tank. As you can see, I have a mesh top on the top of this aquarium. This helps for any jumping fish, keep them in the aquarium. This I did not purchase for this tank. I already had it from the original Innovative Marine I had about 8 years ago, and I kept it from that tank and moved it onto this one. After all these years, it's still the same size tank, fits perfectly. Alright, so we talked about the tank, we talked about heating, we talked about lighting. Let's talk about what's inside the tank. I went with the Carib Sea Life Rock. You have different options you could do to save a little bit more money. You could go straight with a dry rock that's usually white. You'll have an ugly stage. This stuff's a little bit more pretty because they put these pinks and purples on the rock to kind of resemble coralline algae. They also cover this rock with beneficial bacteria that comes back to life once it comes in contact with water, so it helps with your beneficial bacteria and cycling your tank. This cost me $54.99 for 10 pounds of rock, which I thought was a pretty good amount. I purchased some other pieces from, I believe it was Petco, and decided I was just going to return them because I felt like the amount of rock that I got within that 10-pound box was good enough for this aquarium. Another thing you're going to need in your aquarium is sand. You could go bare bottom. It takes a longer time to cycle your tank, and it has its own issues with having a bare bottom tank, and it's up to your opinion if you want to do a bare bottom or sand. I decided on sand, and I went with the Carib Sea Agro Alive Fiji Pink 20 pounds. I got this for $29.99, and that's all my sand I've got in the tank. Oh, while I'm thinking about it, additional things, this reason why I decided on this all-in-one is because of the compartments in the back. So if I ever wanted to add a protein skimmer, I can put it in here, move the heater out, and I did end up making my own refugium, and I have a video for that, how to make your own DIY refugium for under 50 bucks. And that houses my Kato, which helps with my nitrates and phosphates. So all in all, everything I purchased for this aquarium was under $500, around $480, and it's a great setup for beginners. Water changes are only about 5 gallons, which is pretty easy. When you get into those bigger tanks, you can have larger water changes. One thing you need to know with having a nano tank is that since there's less water volume, there's more chances of a swing in the water quality, so you always have to make sure you're keeping track. I like to write all my stuff down in a notebook and keep track of my testing and anything I see in the tank, any changes. Really helps out. So yeah, if you're getting into the nano, you have to definitely make sure that you're doing your water changes, keeping up on things, a lot more frequent than if you had a bigger system, which will have more of a leniency on any kind of swings in your water parameters. All right, but this is what I went with. It's working really well. I'm loving everything so far, and yeah, that's about it. All right, that's gonna do it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this content. If you did, please like and subscribe. If you have any comments, please leave them down below. I'd love to hear from you guys, and I hope you guys have a great day.